Okay, so and whatever type of student that you are recruiting, there is always a process at work, and by having things broken down into the process, you can actually see where different tactics fit in. First of all, we're using a website-based process. So first of all, you're going to have to need a website, and you're going to have to need some people that actually visit your website. And you can get those to come to your website through different ways. For example, if you show up high on the Google search results, then that will bring potential students who are looking at that moment for a course. They want to learn something, they want to increase their skills, and if you show up among the results, then they will consider your school as the place to take the course. The same thing goes for paid search. I'll have a screenshot to actually show the difference after this slide. And social media is another place to get in front of people and potentially make them click to your website. But here, it's a bit of a different process where people might just be browsing around. So it's different. And of course, a website is also a place where people might be referred to by a friend, for example. Yeah, I take English courses at English Express. If you want, you can check out the website is this. So, and there's various other ways. So that will, in the end, how successful you are here will determine how many people visit your website. But just pure website visitors won't turn into students. You have to have a way to actually turn these visitors into people who get into touch with you one way or the other. And the specific way that we are going to focus a little bit more on today is online tests. The more typical ways would be inquiry form, phone number that is listed on the site where people can call. People who will find the address and they decide to walk in, and emails, and there are various ways in which you can turn people who visit your website into people who express an active interest. And this percentage here would indicate how good your website is at turning visitors into inquiries. So partially this percentage is based on the quality of people that you get here. How relevant is your advertising? And partially it will be about how easy it is to get in touch and how compelling your website is. So both of those we'll cover that in this presentation. And then when people get in touch with you, how well do you then perform in turning those inquiries into actual enrollments? So let's say that you get 30%, that might be the follow-up of your staff. You might have certain scheduled communications to people to actually follow up. It also is dependent on the match. So if you promise all kinds of things in your advertising, let's say you promise that you are the cheapest in the city, but actually you are not, then you might get a lot of visitors, you might get a lot of inquiries, but you're going to fail to actually convert them into students. Or if, let's say, you pretend to be very good and then in the end your follow-up is sloppy, then it will fall apart here. So finally, there is retention, and retention is generally, I would say, where ad hoc language is focused. It's if you provide a good experience for your students, and especially for those of you who run a real, a physical school with physical lessons, the challenge is often that if you just have 1 or 2 lessons a week, that the frequency is not enough for people to be really engaged. So by adding an online component to the learning, you can actually provide a better experience and get people more engaged, and that way they are more likely to renew. So if this, let's say, typically people take 2 levels and you can shift that to 3 levels, then you just got yourself a lot more revenue and you got a much stronger foundation to actually build your school on. And it also will help you to finance, because there is just a certain cost into setting up a website, getting visitors to it, and all that. And you know, do you want that cost to be for just one level, or do you want that to turn into students who keep coming back and perhaps who might even refer their friends to you? If you want the latter, then you have to plan for it, and you know, but that's not really the focus of this presentation. Here we'll focus mostly on organic search, online tests, and some of the ways in which it can be followed up. Okay, so this is just a slide to show you the difference in the Google research results page. So this is on google.com.sg, and it says here English course Singapore. You'll see that English Express shows up with an ad, which is paid for. So we bid a certain amount for every click that comes to the English Express website. And we can determine exactly how the ad looks like in Google. So the great advantage of that is that you have perfect control, and it's immediate. You know, you can start up a new website, and once the site is up, you set up the ad, and it can show, you know, within the next few minutes. And so that's the advantage. Whereas these are the organic rankings. First, you have the British Council, which we are working hard on beating them, but obviously they're a very large institution. And the second one is actually English Express. And to get here takes time. And one of the things you need to do is to decide which kind of queries do you want to show up for, and how, you know, once you know that, you can set up your website to reflect these keywords and structure your site so that you get the best exposure. Besides that, you would need to get you know, the attention of other websites, and you need to get links from other websites, which I won't really cover in this presentation. So you don't pay Google to go here. There is you know, a myth that if you pay a lot for ads that they will increase your organic rankings, but in fact these are completely separate things. But that doesn't mean it's free, especially if money is to be made with a certain keyword. Then you know, it's actually a lot of work that needs to be invested. So you probably, you know, hire someone to do it, or even if not, you know, your own time are not free. But the good thing is more people will click. More people will click the organic results as compared to the advertisement. So an advertisement like this, it might get clicks of from about 3 to 10% of the people that see it. The organic rankings just get a lot more trust, because people believe that, you know, these are the real authority players in this field. And this is research done by MOS, which is an authority on search engine optimization.